Hey, what's up? What's going on? Today I'm going to be looking at this lawnmower. I recently bought this and made a video on it. I bought it on Facebook from a guy who owned it. So there was a couple of things wrong about it. The wheel was bad, so I replaced one of the wheels, and I also did some basic maintenance. Replaced the oil filter. The air filter, because it was dirty. And now, several months later, since that video, now the mower will not start, so I'll show it to you. Now, before I decided to try this, I made sure that the gas was topped up, and it is. And we also have oil, so you can create oil pressure. So let's try it. Won't crank at all, even with the gas pulled down. So we're gonna have to get to work on this, and we all kind of have an idea what's wrong with it. Spotted carburetor, so we'll get rid of this old one and replace it. All right, so as you can see, it says no prime, no choke. It's just ready to start. Just pull for power, and it doesn't pull, so we know there's something wrong with it. So air filter is not that bad. It's a little slightly got some dirt in there, but it's not too bad. So we can salvage that. We can just keep it. So we got 3 screws right here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we got 4 we need to take out. So let's do that real quick. All right. If y'all remember, I bought this Milwaukee tool last 2 years ago, I think. If you happen to see the video, it's still up. I reviewed this and I love using this. Well, that's a different size right there. Alright, so let me find another socket for these. They're slightly bigger. And I used a 7 on those screws. Yeah, 7 millimeter. So this is with the 8. Before you get dirty, make sure you get some gloves on. Alright, so we got 2 tubes. Well, first, probably before we go this far, let's go ahead and get these other screws on top of the shroud. Alright, just a few things we need to do. I need to take this, this crankcase tube off. And then, once we do that, clean this up a little bit. See how it's a little dirty and grimy. And after that, then we got 1, 2, it looks like 2 screws, and then we also need to clamp off this gas line running up from the tank to the carburetor. And then we have 2 little springs right here that we need to remove after we take all of the screws out. So all right, so I did a zoom in on this real quick to show you that I was under the belief that these screws that are right here on the side are part of this carburetor, and it's not. And you can just pull it out, so you don't have to unscrew anything. But get ready for that fuel to come out. It's gonna come out. And just take your springs off if you can. And here's our second one. Well, let's disconnect this fuel line real quick, and then we'll see where we go from there. All right, so the problem I usually have with handling these is, let me Straighten it out for you. So the problem I have with doing these is taking the fuel line off, because unfortunately you need a clamp to do this, or else the fuel will start coming out, and there's no shut off switch on these mowers. And so that's the kind of dilemma I have to deal with. And so I expect fuel to come out when I open this. So make sure you get a clamp when you start messing with these things. Alright, so I'm not really equipped to handle a fuel leak. So as soon as I take this off, I'm going to go ahead and put the new one in immediately and try to secure it. So wish me luck. But yeah, I don't have a clamp, unfortunately. Alright, so I got the fuel thing blocked, and I hate dealing with fuel, but here we go. See, it's coming out, so let's jam that sumbitch in there. There we go. So now it's on there. Just go to your hardware store. Go to your hardware store and invest in some clamps, okay? How I did it is not really the best way to do it. So, alright, so real quick, I'm going to do a side-by-side comparison. Alright, so we did it. We got this in. So just kind of take your old carburetor and take a look at your new one. Make sure it's about the same. It's still leaking fuel out. I hate that. Make sure everything all lines up correctly. Still the same. And plug it in. Simple plug and play. Alright, so got one of the springs put in. Make sure you install the other spring. Be aware that the fuel is still coming out. Don't get frustrated. Now push that in. There we go, voila. Well, before we actually say that, alright, it's got the gasket. So we do have a gasket on that side. Now we have the gasket right here, so that's what you see, that orange. And I bought this from Amazon. This came from Amazon, okay? It's not the actual OEM part. It's an aftermarket brand. You can see right here. Comes with two gaskets. So the ones that are already on here, they give you another set. So it's nice of them. And again, just proceed. Go back to what you're doing. Put everything back together and then see if it works. Oh, don't forget that that tube. Alright, so there's our new carburetor, and now I just cleaned the back cover of it. So we're gonna reconnect this right now. Crankcase tube. We had some battle dogs going on across the street, so not my problem. Alright, so there we go. Now we got to put the screws in. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 screws. Alright, so screw these in real quick. Here we go. Now our second set. Remember, you don't have to tighten these up, okay? Not super tight, because you don't want to strip not only the screw itself, but the plate that's also back here that you saw that surrounds the carburetor. So make sure you don't tighten it, don't overdo it. Alright, so here we go. Put your air filter in. Put your cover back on. Now we need to put the shroud back on here. Alright, let's try it again. and that was it. Carburetor. So give me a thumbs up right there. Well, yeah, whatever. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a subscription, please. I make these videos and I don't ever do a second, I don't do a lot of editing. I don't do a lot of retakes. I mean, this is just straight up as it is. But we appreciate it, and I hope that kind of helps solve, if you're having the same issue as I was. You got a working lawnmower. So give me a like and subscribe. Damn it.